loved and lived, fell and died. When I rose, I stood taller and stronger. That's me, ALAKANANDA PRAMANIK. Over a decade ago was the onset of tsunami in my life. All of a sudden, I was caught in the whirlpool of depression, getting pulled deeper and deeper into it. I even contemplated giving up on life. Unknown helping hands reached out to me. Embracing all challenges and struggles, I pushed myself forward. I took to the pen and started pouring out my emotions. I wrote like never before. My rebirth as a motivational author and storyteller was the turning point of my life. I received Author Achiever Award and my books became Amazon bestsellers too. Over a period of time, I became a master storyteller, anchor, web series host, screenplay, writer, producer, actor, and walked the ramps in a couple of fashion shows too. My short film, I Want Ma, saw the downpour of nominations and awards in several film festivals across India. The several awards and recognitions that I received for my short films and books in the second phase of my life proves that the storms we face in life are blessings in disguise.
Next achiever, well, she has also proven that, like you can start off at any age in life. An Amazon hot best-selling author, an expert storyteller, a fantastic voiceover artist, actor, and a mentor. ALAKANANDA has over 40 years of experience across diverse fields. She has acted in Hindi and Bengali films and serials, scripted and produced award-winning films, and curated the lives transforming web series Showstoppers. Honored as a top 7 women icon of 2020, ALAKANANDA continues to inspire with her creative and literary excellence. You can sit here because now we will be watching a glimpse from ALAKANANDA's prize-winning film. It won prizes in many, many festivals. We had done it together. So can we have a small trailer of her film, I Want Ma, on the big screen, please?
Look, baby, please understand, I'm really busy right now. I told you I have a meeting in next 10 minutes. I'll listen to you later.
Ma. I don't want online, ma. I want ma.
ALAKANANDA's prize-winning I Want Ma, a very heart-touching film which I was a part of it also. The story of a single mother. Your own role as a mother in life. And ALAKANANDA is also known as the super mom. Many call her the super mom. What has been your journey? Mother of your biological children, then I Want Ma, and then also known as super mom. What is it all about?
Good evening, everyone, and happy International Women's Day to each and every one of you all. Well, as a mother to my own biological children, it is with everyone. Our world revolves around them. All our life, we are there for our children, for our family. The children grow up, and then they fly the nest to build their own nest. And that is the time, there's a void which is left in our heart. And I'll also say that, in everybody's life, everybody faces some kind of challenges. I had also faced challenges. There was one point of time when I had gone into deep depression because of a lot of issues. And I was completely into depression. I was in a dark hole. It was like a tsunami in my life. And I did not know that next year, the consecutive year, I don't remember what happened. I used to go to work. I failed miserably at my work. I did not get a promotion. Of course, my job was still there. no increments, nothing. But then I continued, and then there were helping hands coming from strangers who pulled me out of that dark hole. I started serving people. And then when I looked up, I realized that there were so many people who loved me. There were so many people, right from in my office, right from the security, the receptionist, the tea boy, to senior management, my colleagues, people would look up to me. There were so many of them who would come to me and then they would say that, can we call you Ma? Or they would come to me with their problems. And when they would come to me with their problems, I would try to pull them out of their depression. And in the bargain, what happened is that I forgot my depression. It is, I have written, there are short stories which I have written because I have written 3 solo books. I've co-authored many books, many life experiences. All my short stories are real life incidents. One of the stories was that it was my story only. I was completely into depression. Every day I used to go to the temple in the morning and there was this idol of Ganesh ji out there. But his eyes were closed. So I used to just think that earlier when I had come to this temple, Ganeshji's eyes were open, but now his eyes are closed. What can be the reason? Anyway, every day I would go sit in the temple, I would probably cry, and then, so this way things started happening. And when people started coming to me, I started helping them, I started serving them. People started calling me mom. I have children right from the age of, say, 19 years to age of 50 years. So, they would come and tell me that, we are missing a mom, can we hug you, can we call you mom? So people started calling me mom, mother, mama, rock star mom, and that's how the word super mom came. And when I started looking up, I realized that the world looks beautiful. There are so many people who, love me. And while pulling those people out of depression, I forgot my depression. And one day, when I went to the same temple, and I was praying, and when I reached Ganeshji's idol, I saw his eyes were open. So I was surprised that all these days his eyes were closed. What's the matter? So I asked Panditji, they said, Panditji, did you all change the idol? Because all these days when I was coming, his eyes were closed. But today, how come his eyes are open? Panditji said that we did not change the idol. The idol is the same. Ganeshji's eyes were never closed. They were open always. The thing is that my eyes were closed because I was carrying a baggage of depression, of negativity. There was a baggage which I was carrying. And I was only looking at why me? What did I do? Why did this happen to me? But now when I forgot about myself and I started serving the people, I realized that it's my internal, I have released my baggage. I'm lighter, everything looks beautiful. And then I had already crossed half a decade of my life. So I would say that my journey started after 50 years. And then I thought of writing. I had started writing little stories of life experiences. It became books. It became Amazon bestsellers. I became an author. People reached out to me as, they thought that when I speak, it sounds as if I'm telling a story. So they took me on board as a master storyteller. I became a storyteller. Then I wanted to explore a little more. And then I became, I modeled for a photographer. Human expressions and emotions. That was again very interesting. I could do that much. And I kept moving forward. Then in one of my book launches, I met Abhishek. And we connected because my stories were for a cause and his cinemas are for a cause. And we decided to connect and we started the web series Showstoppers, which is a life-transforming story of people who have risen from ashes. And we had, I think, 3 seasons of 10 episodes each, which was very, very inspiring for me as well, because when I was speaking to them, I was researching their life stories, I was scripting. They inspired me. And then I realized that my sorrows were nothing in comparison to them. Whenever we go through something in our life, we always think, why me? But we have to be so grateful for whatever we have got today. It's very important. And then, of course, from there, my story became became a film, that is I Want Ma. And thank you, Abhishek, for for collaborating with me, because every time I see this film, even during shooting, I was standing and crying. And every time I see the film, I cry, because it just touches my heart. Because in this digital world, we have forgotten the warmth. In a family, all of us are with the gadgets. People don't talk to each other. We do not have time for our parents. We do not have time for our children. We do not have time for anyone. So it is so important that, give your time to your child. So this is how things happen, where my world revolved around my children. Now the world has become my family. Earlier, yes. So that is it, and I really enjoy working with Abhishek, although we have not for some time, but I'm going to be after him, and Sanjay, we'll have to meet Payal. Yes, yes. So this is how, from a mother of biological children, I have become mother of so many, and I just love it, I just love it. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience.
An emotional woman, as you can understand, extremely passionate. And I was telling her just before, we were starting the Magnificent Seven journey. Today the film will be screened, at least the trailer. Please don't cry. I told her, she's extremely, what should I say? The ownership itself comes with tears.
Just one thing I would say is that, each one of us can do everything if we try. We may not reach the sky, but we may reach this high, because limitations are only in our mind. Why we are not able to do anything is because of the limitations that we carry in our mind. And that is what I did. I tried each, I achieved, and I'm very happy with that. And if I can change one person's life, it has a ripple effect.
You indeed have been a life transformer. I would call someone who is also a life transformer. I have recently worked with her, and she said, "Ami to jibone camera samnei ashini." But the job or the kind of brilliance which she showed in front of the camera, everyone, is asking me, who's this lady? A distinguished psychologist and an academic. She's a former head of the department and faculty in psychology, an international editor, and the president of Foundation of Stress Management, with numerous national and international awards, including the Bongo Gaurav Shamman. She's also a renowned classical dancer promoting mental well-being through her heart. Can we have Dr. SUCHISHMITA SINHA, please? SUCHISHMITA, I and my wife, we met in a party in Taj, Bengal. So when I came to know she's a mental health consultant, I said, we have to connect, because I'm very interested to make films, web series on mental health. So we have collaborated, ebong amra Jibon Manei Lorai bole ekta web series korechi. It's a podcast series which will be coming in the digital platform. It's being promoted now. Thank you, SUCHISHMITA, for being a collaborator. And to do the honors, can we have the felicitation team, please? Payal and Samita, Achiever ALAKANANDA, being felicitated by Luminary Dr. SUCHISHMITA SINHA. ALAKANANDA has a beautiful garden in her veranda. I'm sure one more will be added onto her garden. Beautiful garden she has. And now for Dr. SUCHISHMITA, Shomita. Yeah. Oh, acha, okay. Payal and Shomita, please join the women behind the scene and the women hogging the limelight in one frame, captured by Shontu Bera, famous photographer. Thank you so much, ALAKANANDA. But SUCHISHMITA, a small question for you as a luminary. Yeah, sorry, the goodies to Dr. SUCHISHMITA SINHA and the plant You are the president of the Foundation of Stress Management. Can you give us 5 different words to reduce stress in life? Everyone is stressed. Every point of life, stress adds on to us. প্রত্যেকটি দিনই জীবনের যুদ্ধে আমরা স্ট্রেসের কবলে পড়ি। তো 5টা এমন কি ওয়ার্ড হতে পারে, জাস্ট ওয়ার্ডস, যেগুলো থেকে আমরা স্ট্রেস থেকে মুক্তি পেতে পারি? ডক্টর সুচিস্মিতা সিনহা, লেডিজ এন্ড জেন্টলম্যান।
গুড ইভিনিং টু অল। শুভ সন্ধ্যা। সবাই বাংলায় বলছে, তো আমিও বাংলাই বলছি। জাস্ট নাও অভিষেক হ্যাড সেড 5টা শব্দ, আমি একটা শব্দ দিয়ে আগে বলি। স্ট্রেস, এই যে কথাটা উই কনস্ট্যান্টলি ইউজ, ও স্ট্রেসড, আই অ্যাম স্ট্রেসড, আমি খুব স্ট্রেসড হয়ে গেছি, একটু উল্টো করে স্পেল করলে কি হয়? স্ট্রেসড যদি উল্টো করে স্পেল করি কি হয়? ডিস্ট্রেসড, আরেকটা কিছু হয় ডেজার্ট, তাই না? Desert is something we all love. So everything depends on the perspective, how you look at it. সবাই বলে একটা গ্লাস যখন হাফ ভর্তি থাকে, কেউ ওটাকে অর্ধেক ভর্তি দেখছে, কেউ ওটাকে অর্ধেক খালি দেখছে। বাট মাই পার্সপেক্টিভ ইজ, গ্লাসটাকে আমি আবার ভর্তি করতে পারি অ্যাকর্ডিং টু মাই উইল বা উইশ। দ্যাট ইজ হোয়াট ইজ ইম্পর্টেন্ট। So it's not only just 5 words, it's mainly the perspective. এই জায়গাটা যদি আমরা একটু পার্সপেক্টিভটা চেঞ্জ করি to look at life, I think definitely we'll be de-stressed more and distressed less.
Lovely, Dr. Suchishmita.
Thank you
It's
so
the way
much.
you look at life. ভুলে যাবেন না, জীবন মানেই লড়াই, with Dr. Suchishmita Sinha hitting the digital highway very, very soon. Thank you.